All right, to watch this video for Friday, January 27th. January's been an interesting month. Although as I just tweeted, although the market is strong, intraday action, at least the last week or so, hasn't been great. But I've still only got one red day in 2017, and as I said, I plan on keeping that streak going here. Last thing I want to do is have a red day the day before we have our 9, maybe 10-hour class on Saturday on day trading. I don't want don't want to go into Saturday coming off a red day, then I won't feel qualified or that I deserve to teach people. So I'm going to be really, really cautious tomorrow. Keep January to a one red day month, hopefully, right? The SPY, as I just said, is strong, but today very, very small intraday range, closed about where it opened, and there's just not a lot of follow through. Even in a strong market, there's times that the small caps work better than others, and right now I'm playing it very careful, protecting my entries once I get the move I'm looking for, and so on. So here is the list for Friday that I'm going to be watching. This GLF, very strong move today. Again, maybe red to green, something like that tomorrow. There's not a lot in the way, but it's also made a big move. I definitely think it's worth watching though. GLBS had a really nice bounce today. Actually, I didn't put this on the results page from today. I had it on watch for today, but when it looked like this, I put out over the microphone, I said, hey guys, this GLBS is in a nice narrow range for the opening 10 minutes. If it breaks the highs over 775, it might go, but this one can be a nasty trader. And it ended up going really nicely. I didn't make a penny off this, but anyone that took that over 775, man, it went up a couple bucks from there in what, 15, 20 minutes? And I did get some thank yous for that, so some people got it. Unfortunately, I didn't, but still happy people made money on it. And it goes back on watch for tomorrow because it's a fairly strong close. Remember, we were watching this because of the big move and then the 3-day pullback. Maybe it has a continuation of the bounce tomorrow, but I only take trades with a proper intraday setup. So keep that in mind. APRI was on watch today, and it gave me a trigger, and I made like 4 cents a share, and it just wouldn't follow through, so I was back out. Again, I'm 100% defense first trader, right? I don't know when it was, yesterday, the day before, I tweeted something to the effect of every great trader has one thing in common, and that is huge losses at least once, usually more, but at least once in your career, followed by an unwavering commitment to never repeat those huge losses. All right, so that's where great traders come from. It's almost a rite of passage. You almost have to have that 1 or 2 blown up accounts, and the type of people that make it in trading are the resilient ones that resolve to say, you know what, I'm never going to do that again, and I'm going to take it more seriously and treat it actually like an occupation and not a casino. And those are the ones that persevere. But it does take a special kind of, a little bit crazy and an extremely determined person to get past that hump and become a consistently profitable trader. We'll be talking a lot about that in our course on Saturday. So that was APRI, ASYS, an inside day. You actually got, you had the big day, then an inside day, then another inside day. So it's coiling, closed above its open, definitely worth watching tomorrow. CNET, really nice out of the blue, big spike. Closed, somewhat off of its highs on an intraday basis, but maybe a red to green tomorrow. Definitely want to watch it. MSDI, kind of the same thing. You had a big spike here, went into nothingness, and then another big spike, closing well off its highs, but maybe red to green. OREX, we got a nice trade in this one from the open yesterday, and it ended up reversing and closing at its lows, but, I think I made, $1,500 on the thing in 5 minutes, so it was a really nice morning gap play. And then again, now it's back at support, and it found support and it's holding support. So this one may move back up again. So it definitely is worth watching. CRK, big breakout. So again, we never want to chase. We don't want to chase this. And if it gaps up tomorrow, we're going to make it come in or meet our setups or not trade it at all. But anytime I see a candle like this, you have to log in the next day thinking everybody and their mother is trying to make easy money, like a follow through, and the market never makes anything easy. So there's a specific type of setup that we look for the next day, and if CRK gives it to me, I'll make a call on a trade in it, right? SSH, now this one's a little obscure. They did a reverse split recently, but it's got some pretty big volume the last week or so, and it's really holding support, and today tried to push up out of that support, right? So somewhere up over 680 this one might take off. I'm not in love with it. and I'll have to watch it trade to see if it's trading crazy, but it's worth looking at in that area. ASYS, I've already called this one, so it's on my list twice. No wonder my list looks so long. IDXG, it looks a little bit like that SSH, right? It's found support and trying to push back up. I want to watch that one. I really like it over 460. These are 15-minute candles here. Over 460, this one might get going to the upside. GoPro, GPRO, had the gap up, and it's really hanging around that $10 like a magnet. You know, whole numbers can be like a magnet anyway. They can be support, resistance, and just kind of draw the price to them. And whole numbers that are divisible by 10 even more so. And you can kind of see that here in GoPro. But anyway, you had the gap up on big volume, and you've got today was an inside day. So, I mean, if it can get through today's high, which was 1020, you have yesterday's high, 1026, and you have the high of the gap up day of 1044. So this little kind of pennant might resolve to the upside if it can get up through 1020. Certainly worth having on a list. URRE. A couple red days after some strength, and uranium has been down. The metal itself has been down, after a huge breakout. A couple red days in a row. If uranium turns back up, I'm going to look to URRE. That's kind of back down to that 3 or 4 day support for a possible long. And lastly, I have CLRB, which gapped up and ran, but then closed at its lows. And now you've got a lower high and a lower high, a nice narrow range today. Couple bottoming tails last couple days, so it's found some support. So, maybe over today's high, over $1.55, or yesterday's high was $1.58. So anywhere in the high 150s, this one might get going to the upside. We'll also add some gappers in the morning, hopefully catch a nice gap and go trade, and that'll do it. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys on Friday.